Good morning and welcome to Good Morning, Mourning, with me, Caffie. God bless you and thank you for joining me this morning. Today, I would just like to talk to you about a grief relief tip. And a grief relief tip, I will be giving them periodically. They're real short, and so you don't need to take notes or anything, but you need to keep in mind what I'm saying and what I'm talking about. So we all know that grief is the normal process of reacting to a loss, and this loss can be other than death. But relief, and this, when I found out the definition of relief from the Webster's dictionary, it just blew me away. Relief is the removal or lightening of something oppressive. Do you all hear me? Of something oppressive, painful, or distressing. So, grief relief tips are coming your way from me, and the first one is the myths of grief, excuse me. And here are a few. I'm quite sure you can think of some you have heard over the years, so you can type them in the comment section and I'll look at them later. But a strong person should be able to get through a loss without showing any type of emotion. That's a myth. Crying is a sign of weakness. Another myth. Grief gets easier as you get older, or you should probably be better or pretty much back to normal in 2 or 3 months. People with strong faith don't grieve or ask God questions, and getting angry at God means that you have weak faith. Doesn't mean that at all. Losing an infant, this is another myth, doesn't hurt because you, the parent, didn't really get a chance to know the child. Or if you heard this, and this is from a cultural perspective, African Americans and other minority groups should never seek out professional help. That's not only a myth, but totally untrue and a real lie, because if you need help, you need to seek out those that can help you. I say if you're hurting, grief stricken, and you need grief relief, the biggest myth or of grief there is the stages of grief. And you will hear people talk about these 5 stages: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. Now, this is the work of Kubler Ross. And in her book on death and dying in 1969, Kubler Ross raised not only our consciousness, but our study of thanatology, the study of death and dying. She was a pioneer, and she focused on people that were actively dying. And so these individuals who were actively dying became part of her research. So as she sat at their bedside as part of being an end of life doula, the themes ran through the people that she was meeting with, if you will. So the first stage that she came up with was denial. That these individuals who were actively dying, they were in denial of their own mortality, if you will. The next stage was, after denial, they became angry. They became angry with themselves, angry with other people, angry with their creator, just angry. The next stage, after they came out of the denial and the anger, they begin to bargain with life, bargain with God. You know, if you give me a few more days or weeks, I'll do this. You know, I'll do this better. I'll spend more time with my family, my loved ones. I'll treat humanity better. I will treat creation better. And after the bargaining, these individuals became depressed. And from the depression, it finally led into acceptance of their fatality. These stages were never created or designed for someone who had lost a loved one to now be in a state of mourning, a state of bereavement. They were created for those individuals who had lost a loved one. I mean, not lost a loved one, excuse me, who were in the stage or the process, if you will, of actively dying. Let me say that again. Her research stemmed from individuals who she sat at the bedside with, who were actively dying. And these were the 5 themes or the 5 stages that she came up with when she looked at what they were going through in the process of dying. They were in denial, they had anger, they were bargaining, they became depressed, and then finally acceptance. Her work over the years have been taken out of the context, but we need to put it back in so that we can have grief relief. Please subscribe, like, and share, and I'll catch you on the next grief tip. Bye-bye.